about a year ago. It was around Pesach time. My teacher showed us the cover page for the 90 Seconds book. She then asked the class, "Does anybody know what this book is about?" Just by looking at the cover, a girl raised her hand and asked, "Is it about Hatzalah?" My teacher answered her question with a head nod. She then explained to us that the person who created Hatzalah was named Yael, and that he had fallen into a coma in 2020 just around Pesach time. I was curious, did he miss the Seder? My teacher then explained that he had to miss Pesach completely, but survived the coma and was still working hard to save lives today. Fast forward to Sukkot of 2023, I am so excited because I get to have the privilege of going to Israel for the holiday. Even though I have been to Israel before, it was when I was a baby, so I don't remember anything that happened. After a 12-hour flight, I was in Israel. Usually when people get off a long plane ride, everyone is a bit moody, but I think everyone was just so happy to be in Israel. We then went to our hotel. We were staying at the Orient. My dad planned a very, very hectic trip. One day, we were at the hotel, and the next we were out shopping. We went touring, off-roading, spent time with my cousins, all 42 of them, yes, 42, floated in the Dead Sea and sifted through ancient artifacts. But the most memorable night was the Hatzalah benefit concert. I am a Morishah kid, so seeing Mordechai Shapiro is always the most exciting. But when Eli Beer got up on that stage, he told a story that would change my life forever. The story about a little boy who went to the park and collapsed. But luckily, a Hatzalah volunteer was able to get to the boy on time and saved his life. The boy then came on stage and was able to meet the people who saved his life. My mom and I could not stop crying. It was probably the sweetest thing I ever saw in my life. At that exact moment, I knew what I was going to do for my Bat Mitzvah project. That Simchat Torah was October 7th. That morning, we actually slept through a few of the sirens. But when my brother woke up, he instantly knew what it was, and we rushed downstairs. I was still confused about why we were in such a rush, but by the time we got downstairs, everybody was acting normal and eating their breakfast. We went back upstairs to get dressed for Yontif. When I went downstairs with my mom to go to shul, another siren went off. I still didn't know what was going on, but I went to the bomb shelter because that's where everyone was going. There I saw my friend. She knew what was going on and she told me where we were and why. It was a very traumatizing experience and there was a lot of commotion. When it was safe to leave the bomb shelter, I was still very shaken up. My mom went back into shul and I stayed outside with my friend and her mom. But yet again, the siren went off. I couldn't go outside, and worst of all, I was too scared to sleep. After going through that experience and realizing how scared I was while still being in the comfort of a hotel, I can't even begin to imagine how scared people in the south of Israel must have been feeling at that time. I can't imagine how terrifying it was for all the people at the Nova Festival. And I know that even though they are some of the bravest men and women around, I'm sure that the IDF soldiers were also very, very scared that day as well. Thank God an organization like Hatzalah exists today. Could you even imagine how many more lives could have been easily lost if it wasn't for Hatzalah? I realize now that Hatzalah needs my support and yours more than ever. My goal for my Bat Mitzvah project is to raise enough money to buy one defibrillator and one ambi-cycle. Please donate because every dollar is another step forward to reaching my goal and helping to save another person's life. Am Yisrael Chai.